Good evening. This is a recording of the presentation that was given earlier this evening for the families of Ptech Cohort 1, going over the information provided so that it is available for families to review on our website and in the Google Classroom for the students. The goal of the presentation this evening is to make our families aware of the resources that New Brunswick Public School District has put in place during the public health situation, make families aware of what Ptech's COVID plan for learning is, make families and students aware of how we can all have our students reach the highest levels of success and the highest levels of their potential. And finally, to review the summer class schedule and expectations. This is a site that all families should be aware of. Our school district website has a wealth of resources on there that I encourage all families to go and explore. Within this PowerPoint, which will be on the Google Classroom and on our website, if you click the top link, it will take you right to our website. And in the website, you can find our web nurse, or you could just click the link that's embedded here. The nurse is available that you can send a form and have a virtual nurses visit with one of our school nurses. If your child is having some health issues that they would normally see the school nurse on when they came into school. And it's a great resource for you to use before having to go out to see your healthcare professional. Those nursing hours are on the website that you can see. It's available Mondays through Fridays when school is in session. Additionally, we have web counseling that you can have a virtual counseling session with one of our school social workers. If your student is having some issues as we go through the public health crisis and you think it would be advantageous for them to talk to someone, or if you as a parent would benefit from talking with someone so that you could assist your child, you can fill out the form on there and a school social worker will be in touch with you to give you some assistance in dealing with your student and your family. The lunch distribution, if you click that link, it will pull up a form, a PDF that will allow you to see the dates and sites for lunch distribution. Lunches are available from 10 to noon each Tuesday and Friday at various public parks around the city of New Brunswick. We ask that families do not send more than one of their children up for those lunches, but the one student who does go can collect multiple lunches for their families. It is important that students understand and families understand that when going to pick up lunch at the distribution points, that social distancing is followed at all times. Additionally, we ask that if someone is not feeling well, that they should not be the one who goes up to pick the lunches. And we highly recommend that anyone going out into that public setting should wear a mask. The mask is not necessarily as much to keep a healthy person staying healthy going out, but it's to protect others from not becoming sick should you be an asymptomatic person dealing in this health crisis. So we encourage that highly when you're going up for lunch distribution. Finally, the last link takes you to a form that will give you information about our device depot. Each Thursday from 11 to 12:30 at New Brunswick Middle School, technicians are available to assist students with their devices. We ask that all students, before just showing up at the device depot or families showing up, that they complete the online technology form. I further ask students that after filling out that form to please take a screenshot of it and share that with me. We are the only students in the entire New Brunswick district of 10,000 students who are using the Surface Pro laptops. There are only 41 Surface Pro laptops being used, 39 with our students, and then 2 with staff that support us, one being Mr. Allegria and the other Ms. Segura. So it is very important that we can give the technicians a heads up because they're not used to working with the Surface Pros, and we want to make sure that they're aware it's coming in and that they're going to be able to assist you. Additionally, if you're having difficulty with your hotspot tablet, again, I ask you to complete that form. Please take a screenshot and email me so that I can make the staff there aware you are the only students in the district who are using the tablet hotspot forms. So that is a much different system than others are using. So we want to make sure that staff are there to support you should you have to go up if it is not working properly. Now, when we talk about Ptech during COVID, we have 4 things that we want to talk about. We want to talk about what we're doing with remote learning. We're going to talk about our schedule. We're going to talk about gradings and the marking periods, and we're going to talk about expectations. So with our remote learning, this is the regular schedule that we're following. We're looking at Monday and Tuesday being a white day and then a blue day. So students will have their 4 white day classes on Monday, their 4 blue day classes on Tuesday. And on those days at 8 a.m., their teachers are going to fill out their agenda, and I'll show you a picture of that in a minute. And that's going to be their work for the week. The work will be assigned on Monday and Tuesday. If they have questions on it and they need more time, they can reach out to their teachers on a Wednesday. Because during Wednesdays, that's office hours. That's a time to get caught up on maybe an assignment that you're having difficulty with, maybe to get caught up on something that you owe. Maybe it's a chance to get ahead on assignment, or if everything is turned in, maybe that's the day you just take a little break. But the most important thing is you want to stay on top of your work, especially now that we're doing remote learning that requires a lot on our students to manage their time appropriately. Then Thursday and Friday, that work's going to be due. So it's important that students take advantage of Monday and Tuesday to look at the work, Wednesday to talk to their teachers, Thursday and Friday to turn that in. Our staff has put together an agenda, and I'm very proud of what they've put together because the initial responses from students that I've spoken with and interacted with is that schedule has been beneficial for them. So this is what students receive every Monday at 8 a.m. is a schedule, and inside where all the classes and the boxes are, they're going to receive their assignments. Monday and Tuesday will be the assignments. Thursday and Friday will tell them what part of those assignments, if not the whole assignment, is due on those days. It is very, very, very important that students use this to their advantage. The other aspect that we have a lot of concerns with as Ptech staff is that our students must attend 1 Google Meet per class per week. So that means 8 times during the week, they should be checking in with their teachers, 1 per class, even if it is to say, I've got everything under control, I'm doing well, I just want you to know that. Our concern is that some students, as we've gotten further into remote learning, have not been taking advantage of this. And we know this is very difficult. This is uncharted water for all of us. But the most important thing is engagement. We need to continually engage both students with teachers and teachers with students. Using these Google Meets and these office hours will allow us to keep that regular form of communication flowing. Now, grading and marking periods. The district has combined the 3rd and 4th marking periods into one. So that means final grades will be determined by taking 1st marking period and 2nd marking period. They will be valued each at 33%. The final 33% will be done during 3rd and 4th marking period, which will be combined into one. So students will be able to calculate where they are. I do urge students not to calculate, well, I'm going to pass. Because again, I remind you, your IED class is going to be part of your college transcript. So that is a grade that you're not going to be able to change. Additionally, the learning that we're doing now is still learning you're going to be expected to build upon, both this summer and as we move forward through the remainder of your classes. I told you from the beginning, the expectations here are higher. I said that to you when we first met at the college last May. I said it through the summer and I've said it through the school year. Now is not the time to think that the expectations have lessened. It's very important that you understand that they have not. We will continue to grade and collect grades through the last day of school on Monday, June 22nd. So students need to understand that school will not just end, and it will not be what maybe a concluding of a final year in a building that maybe as you did as a fifth grader going to middle school or an eighth grader getting ready to go to high school. This is the completion of ninth grade. It's the completion of your first college classes. We're going to work up until we are out of time. Now, how do we make sure that that work is meaningful? Well, it goes back to that daily engagement. Students need to engage daily in their learning. They have 4 classes a day. They have 4 assignments a day. They should be engaging in that assignment. We expect those assignments to be completed regularly. They should not be turning it all in on a weekend. They should not be waiting until 2 weeks later. This way, if they stay on top of it, as assignments start to come in and more assignments are given, they're not feeling overwhelmed. And if a student is starting to fall behind, and if something comes up in their personal lives, they need to use their voice and agency, reach out to their staff member, and share with them what is going on so that we can help them develop a plan for success. If a student does not respond for a week and a half and then shows up, that's going to be a lot of work that they have to make up, and it's just going to be shared with them because we weren't made or giving any forewarning in that manner. One of the new things that's happening with students that you should be aware of is the use of the Stimuli platform. Stimuli training occurred last week. We had our students with our mentors from CGI gather together. And this is a workplace learning software that can be accessed either through their laptops or literally on an app on their phone. And in this workplace learning platform, they're going to be able to complete assignments given them by their mentors. So the students are going to be expected to check it daily. And when they're given an assignment by their mentor, they're going to be expected to put the same effort that they're putting in, if not more, that they do for their regular academic classes, because that's going to be part of their workplace learning. Additionally, this is the mentor that they're working with that they're going to be hoping to make a positive impression on, that's going to be someone that they can use as a resource as they continue through our program. Now, this summer, all of our students are going to be taking math and phys ed. So let's talk about what that's going to look like. With math, if you're currently in algebra, you're going to be taking geometry. But the only way you can take geometry is to pass Algebra 1 successfully. If you're currently in geometry, you're going to take Algebra 2. So you have to pass geometry successfully so you can be in Algebra 2. If students are unsuccessful in these classes, that's going to cause a concern, and it's going to throw them off the timelines that we've set for them to complete. It is very important that students work to the best of their ability. We have put in a number of abilities to assist students, and we're going to continue to do that. Now, the math courses are going to be taught by Middlesex County College professor, and it's going to follow college expectations. The courses are going to be done remotely. Middlesex County College has closed its campus during the summer months because of the public health crisis. They will still be offering online classes, and we will be partaking in them. But students need to understand that they cannot miss more than 2 classes. Missing more than 2 classes will result in them failing the course and not receiving that credit. And that is something that is very, very important for students to understand. The schedule will follow the summer schedule at Middlesex County. Classes will begin July 1st and conclude on August 13th. Students can expect the classes to be from 9 to noon in the morning. There's a chance that that could change when the final schedule is issued. And classes will be Monday through Thursday. Just as we did last summer, there will be no Friday classes. The most important thing for students to understand is that college classes have a synchronous and an asynchronous aspect to them. Synchronous means there's going to be required online time. There's going to be time students are expected that they have to check in with their teachers, log in to the online learning platform, and teachers will be giving direct instruction. Teachers will be asking students to demonstrate work. That is not an option to not engage in the learning. There's also going to be times that the professors may say, after having them check in, okay, I'm going to allow you to go work on your own and we'll check in again tomorrow. So students need to be doing this on a regular basis based on the expectations that the college professor has established. Students will be using Canvas. Canvas is the online learning platform that Middlesex County College uses. It's very similar to Google Classroom, and we're going to try to give Canvas training to our students prior to July 1st. Please disregard that June 1st. It should stay July 1st. The families are going to be receiving in an email and in Google Classroom the registration form. We ask that you return that form to us. That form can be returned to us either via a picture, whether you print it and scan it and email it back to us, but we need that returned to us with signatures so that the college can register your child in our next classes. Now, the other class that we're going to have students do this summer is their phys ed class. And they'll have time to do this outside of the math class. The math class will be from 9 to noon, most likely. And phys ed will be expected to be done from noon until 3 in the afternoon, or if a student needs more time, later. Students will be given weekly expectations, just as we've used the agenda during the school year. We're going to continue to use that agenda through the summer for phys ed. We're going to have a requirement that students must check in with the phys ed instructor on a weekly basis via a Google Meet. That'll be part of their grade, and during that meet, they're going to be showing the staff member their progress in meeting the assignments given and an understanding that they have of the proficiencies asked. And families need to understand that phys ed is a graduation requirement for the state of New Jersey. So students who do not pass this class are putting themselves in, again, a danger of falling off the timeline that we have established and causing them to spend more time in the program and be off pace with their colleagues. So by doing all of this, what's going to happen in the fall is that students will take the following classes. They'll be either in Algebra 2 or Pre-Calculus, based on what they successfully finished in the summer. They're going to take Computer Integrated Manufacturing. That's going to be their next engineering course, and that's a college class. They're going to be in English 10, and they're going to be in chemistry. And chemistry falls back into being a requirement because chemistry has a prerequisite, meaning student is either past Algebra 2 or is in Algebra 2 at the same time. So again, you see how we have created a schedule that everything is intertwined, so students need to be working to the best of their ability, asking for help when needed, and completing their assignments regularly so that they can continue to progress through our program. Additionally, students will have United States History 1, Spanish 2, a class that all students look forward to, driver's education, and that will be offered in the fall so that students who are of age will have completed that, and then we'll have the opportunity to go on with taking their driver's test with their family. Their graphic design class, we're going to be doing the second half of the year, and then Workplace Learning 2, which is going to be their next workplace learning class. I want to thank you for taking time to listen to this presentation. I ask that you stay safe. Please remember to follow the recommendations to social distancing and hand washing, and especially please remember to wear a face mask when you're out in public, not only to protect yourself, but to protect others. Please ask your child about their day and be specific with those questions. When I was in middle school principal, I used to always tell my parents, don't just ask, what did you do today? Ask, how was your history class today? Look at their agenda, ask to see their agenda, and ask them to explain things on their agenda. And if you have questions, please reach out to us via email so that we can be assistance to you. At this time, I'd like to play a video that is a year in review of what P-Tech has been since students joined us last July. Please enjoy. And since that video didn't play, we're going to play that video in a separate link on our website so that you'll have a chance to see that. I know that when we did this presentation initially, there were questions about the schedule. I included that in there. But students will be expected Monday through Thursday to be engaged in their math and their phys ed class. Their math class will be a daily experience. Their phys ed class will have a weekly check in, but they're not going to be able to just do that work at one time with their teacher. They're going to have to make sure they're completing that work and documenting that work throughout their summer class time. The fall classes are listed in there, and I'm going to ask please make sure families return those Middlesex County forms. The one thing I do want to say as we close, there's not one staff member at P-Tech who doesn't miss all of our students dearly and wish that this public health crisis would come to a conclusion so that we could all return to our building, be together as the Ptech family that we are, and be able to support one another as we finish our first year and prepare for our second. However, just as we've adapted all year in it being the first year of a school that didn't exist a year ago, we've adapted with these obstacles that have been put in front of us and will continue to do so. It's important that students understand the importance of time management, engagement, voice, and agency, because those are the things that are going to help students to be successful. I hope all of you are happy, healthy, and safe. And if you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.